Hey everybody, I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA. Many of you know that the Consumer Credit Protection Act, the CCPA, sets limits on wage garnishments for certain creditors. French toast question is, do those limits apply to IRS wage garnishment? Let's look at the question, then I'll give the answer. French toast asks, can your employer themselves limit how much of your paycheck they garnish for the IRS? I work for a union, and I recall seeing something about a limit on wage garnishment, something like 25% maximum, but I don't remember if it was for taxes or other types of garnishment. So French toast, no. Your employer can't just unilaterally decide, hey, we're not going to garnish French toast's wages because he's a good employee and we don't have to obey this court order, right? Or this IRS wage garnishment notice. Okay, so the employer has to obey the court order or the wage garnishment notice, subject, of course, to certain protections, such as the CCPA. French toast, you brought up the 25% maximum. Okay, that is a CCPA protection. Okay, the Department of Labor has a nice little fact sheet here. Wage garnishment protections of the Consumer Credit Protection Act. This fact sheet provides general information concerning the CCPA's limits on the amount that employers may withhold from a person's earnings in response to a garnishment order, and the CCPA's protection from termination because of garnishment for any single debt. Limitations on wage garnishment. Okay, French toast, the 25% is down here. Okay. The wage garnishment provisions of the CCPA set the maximum amount that may be garnished in any work week or pay period, regardless of the number of garnishment orders received by the employer. For ordinary garnishments, i.e. those not for support, bankruptcy, or any state or federal tax, kind of giving away the punchline here, the weekly amount may not exceed the lesser of two figures, 25% of the employee's disposable earnings, or the amount by which the employee's disposable earnings are greater than 30 times the federal minimum wage. Okay, so typically you're looking at 25%. Okay, so excluding these things, let's say your employer gets a bunch of court orders, bunch of garnishment orders received by the employer for the week, right? That would completely wipe out your paycheck. Well, they cannot garnish you for more than 25% of your disposable earnings. Well, I mean, it's the lesser of these two, but usually it's the 25% that's in play. Okay. But there are exceptions. I didn't know they were so plainly laid out here. But yes, those not for support, bankruptcy, and this is support means child support, bankruptcy, or any state or federal tax. Okay, so this 25% limitation on garnishment does not apply to tax wage garnishments for state or federal taxes. So, the IRS can actually garnish a lot more than 25%. With the IRS, there's not a limitation on how much they're allowed to garnish from you. How it works is there's a certain amount they have to leave you, and that amount's in publication 1494. Okay, so this is the IRS publication that governs IRS wage garnishments, how much they have to leave you in your paycheck. If that looks confusing, it is. But thankfully, I have explained exactly how much the IRS can garnish from your paycheck in a video that should be popping up here at the upper left-hand side of the screen. So check that out if you want to learn more about IRS wage garnishments. Give us a call, 866-8000-TAX, 866-8000-829, for your free consultation at Choice Tax Relief if you're currently dealing with an IRS or state garnishment situation. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.